Resourcing is a little bit of a dirty word at the moment, but I thought it'd be interesting to spend a minute just having a think about the impact it's having on professional services. But as a secondary issue, to have a think about what it means for the type of client work that we're doing. Hi, my name is James. I'm the CEO of Nuwaru. There is no doubt that it is an extremely tight labour market at the moment. There's a proxy war for talent going on. There's certainly some of the bigger players sucking up a lot of the spare capacity in the market. And there is a rethinking and a reshaping of, what it means to take a job in professional services and the expectations that candidates now have on those professional services firms to offer something more. I think it's really interesting these days that very early on in people's career, they want full engagement to understand how a professional services firm is going to really fulfill what they want to obtain out of life, how they want their career to progress, and they really want a good understanding of that up front. So you have these really good early on discussions about what it means to work for your particular firm and where they see their career progressing with your firm over probably the short to medium and even, for some people bridging into that longer period of time. So in having the discussions about the medium and long-term growth, recruits are really looking for, obviously, diversity in what they're going to do in their role, and having a good mix of the typical advisory and compliance is certainly helpful, but it's not the panacea that it used to be. Increasingly, they're looking for something more. And this is where, as a firm, your point of differentiation is key. And if you can, point out how you're going to be leading the market in particular aspects. People want to work for firms that are at that cutting edge in terms of development, thinking, ideas, and going to lead the market to the next evolution of what's going to happen to the tax profession. Which plays nicely into Nuwaru and our service offering, and in particular, what we call hybrid advisory. Obviously, we think this is market leading, and we anticipate this is where our clients are going and will continue to go over the short and medium term. This is where resourcing is playing a role both in shaping what our resources are within the firm, but also in terms of what our clients are looking for. Clients increasingly are looking to professional services firms to fill the gaps in their tax function. And so co-sourcing, outsourcing, head of tax director roles, offshoring are all pieces of the puzzle that clients are exploring to work with professional firms and want them to bring all of those different elements to the table as part of their overall service offering. It's been exacerbated by the tight labour market, which not only exists for the professional services firms, but exists in finance as well. And so they need professional service firms that have the capacity and the resources to step in and fill those elements in their teams. So in the provision of all of these sort of gap-filling hybrid services, what are clients really looking for? Well, the key things they tell us is they want a central point of contact. They want that central point of contact to be senior, ideally a partner, that is essentially the gateway of the relationship between the client and the professional services firm. Secondly, they want that person to be one-stop shop. So yes, they provide corporate tax advisory, but they have all the other specializations, including the taxologist as needed, and essentially funnel those services through that one-stop shop or that central point of contact. Clients are also looking for a team approach. They clearly want leverage in the team for efficiency purposes, but by the same token, they want that hidden behind that central point of contact. The last thing that clients are looking for is expertise. And different to how that was packaged up historically, what they're more and more asking for is help. So yes, they want the expertise, but they want you to help frame up what the issue is, what the background facts and assumptions are, what the best path to resolution is, what advice or what product do they need to be presented with to help them to make a decision. Often clients don't exactly know what their problem is, don't exactly know what the deliverable should be, and they're looking for you to guide them through that process, ultimately to help them make a decision. Simply giving them one element of that is not enough anymore. You need to bring the whole team to bear behind that central point of contact to get them to that helpful product. So it's simply packaged up, it's extremely helpful, and it helps solve or help them make that ultimate decision that they need to make internally. And finally, it has to be for them. It needs to be tailored to their business, to their people, to their issue. I think it'd be remiss to finish a discussion on resourcing without introducing two new recruits for Nuwaru. Welcome Anders and welcome Shashank. They are exactly the resources we've been talking about, and they will be working with us to lead the next generation of the tax professional.